Okay, teeny weeny. Teeny weeny, but very expensive. I mean, not expensive. I wish I could turn that fan off, but it's just too, it's like 106 over here. We have the AC on, but I know it's noisy and I apologize. I'm only talking quiet about what I paid. I paid $335 plus tax and shipping. That's what's here in this tiny little box. Got the scissors. It kept redirecting, like, oh, it's supposed to be here Wednesday, then Thursday, then Saturday, then today. It said no, not till Monday. And I was like, FedEx. I can't, and I also shan't. So this would be a short one. So I'm not feeling that chatty. And Kristen, I had this bracelet on and it broke. Not your fault, but I was bummed. I put it on, I thought, oh, I'm gonna put it on, I love this bracelet, but it broke. Well, I just said that. It just, it was like, oh, why is this so, and it's just like, colorful, I like it. Oh God, let this be, let me make my money back. It's 3 different items. I'll show you the one I paid, why I bought it last. Oh, they packed it okay. I mean, they just put it in a Ziploc. Could have packed it better, but they could have packed it worse. They separated all the little ones out. I'm hoping this is not missing. Yeah, it's not. It's the vintage Judy Lee. Aurora Borealis. It's coming. It's in a little plastic bag. And I don't want to cut the bag because I reuse these little bags. These are like valuable. Oh my God. Sorry. Sorry. Really pretty. I mean, I saw these in the picture. And I think it actually said they were Judy Lee. And I've had Judy Lee. And I've sold Judy Lee. But, and however, I could not see at all if there was any missing anything. Or how worn or, you know, crappy it was. Super pretty. Can you see the Aurora Borealis of it all? And then earrings. It's always nice with the vintage sign stuff. I mean, it's nicer to have a puree. I don't know how you say it. This is maybe a demi. I think this is a demi. A full one would be necklace, earrings, bracelet. Well, just necklace. So this is a halfie of some sort. A halfie. I don't know if they all have their own names, like if they're different combo, you know. Not so much, I don't know. Okay, so that was that. Very happy that it's not, you know, worn or broken or messed up or missing stones. I've showed you this ring before. It's one of my favorites. I've had it forever. I have to have a ring sizer on it because it's probably a 7 here. 7 here. And this came as a demi pure earrings necklace. Okay, why is my email upside down? Why? Why? I'm not upside down, am I? My clocks are upside up. This is a little pearl necklace. Forgot that it was even in here. It's not gold. I'll check, but I don't think, and I lost my magnet, so there's that. The magnet just, I knew I hated that magnet. It was too small, it was too annoying, and no thank you. Okay, this ring is way too big. It's a 7. And it's not working. It's sliding all around my finger. This is my finger. Maybe it's gold filled. Oh, well, that's good. It's actually straight up 14K. So just a solo dolo. Need to untangly wangly just a little bit. Because I don't think they mentioned that. They did mention that that set was Judy Lee. Braid is, what is happening? It's like, yeah, it's a pearl. I can just tell. I don't have to scratch it on anything. You probably can't tell from, you know, from your TV screen. What's going on? You're on TV. I'm on TV. It's just got the luster. I can see it without even looking. It's pretty. Yeah, see? Little baby, big baby. Okay, see you. I think I'm gonna put that in its own, just because I don't want it to get, and it was in its own. I commend them. They kind of threw the big piece in the major, whatever. Silver is so shiny. Anyways, yeah, I'm really bummed about the magnet, and I don't feel like spending $10 and buying another one of a different sort right now. So, I'm not doing that. Hoping this is ivory. I'm not a good ivory, especially with jewelry. Ivory determiner. It's a pretty little fan. Yeah, why is my email upside down? I'm so annoyed. I'll look closer to see if I'm calling it bone. I know there's all these different tests and then the little matching earrings. And if it's serrated or, I think that's the word. But you can't really tell with these carved, the way this is carved. God dang it, I don't know. I just don't know. And I don't know if it's okay to put it up as bone. I don't even know if this is true. And I don't even know that it matters. Do you know what I mean? Like, I might not even list it. It might not be, it's not like, oh my God, I'm going to get $500. What do I do? It's like, I don't know. I'd probably ask like $24.99 for the set. Okay, here it comes. On the run with a burger and a bun. Yeah, here's. I don't have a song for that. I guess I have to throw this bracelet away and make me sad. Because it left that little thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind wearing it offset like that, but I can't throw it out yet. I'll throw the broken pieces out. They can't be fixed. So here she is. Look at the. I just wanted to put her on. That's why I didn't put a necklace on. I'm gonna hide. I can't do that. Am I hiding? I'm so lame. How gay am I? Okay, here it comes. Hold on. It takes me 5 minutes to put a hook in a hole. Okay, move my braids. Dun, da-da. Right. This is my vape thing. I'll take it off. How lovely. I mean, absolutely worth what I spent. And the seller had it listed. There's no plan here. Should have written it down. I had it listed as costume, jewelry, lot, And while yes, the Judy Lee is indeed costume. So for when I first looked, I got in towards the end of the bidding. So when I first looked, I thought, oh, is it faux? Because it's costume. And I looked and I'm like, yeah, that's not faux. That's a costume. And it's stamped. And it's Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. And it's gorgeous. So I bid it up to $335 or something. I think I paid, I know I didn't pay over $350 with shipping and tax, so maybe I bid a little, maybe I want it for a little less. Because tax is like almost $30, right? But look at her. God, I'd love to keep her. I don't know if someone had her cleaned. I mean, the I'm not sure it's on metal. Yes, it's always on metal. I don't know why I questioned that. This looks a little, oh, the beads look more tarnished than they look. Yeah, they're not all too, they're not that shiny. They're tarnished, but, and however, they're not like crazy tarnished either. So, as much as I'd love to keep her, I cannot. I don't know what I'm going to put her at yet. I forget what the thing says. Oh, N-E, which could mean Nakai, N-A-K-A-I. But someone else in the Native American group said that it was something else. I should go look that up because it would come in handy. Because the person that told me that was actually Native American. They kind of know what they're talking about. Like old school Native American. That's why I like to put those in those groups. I would never put this in the general group and have everybody go, "Ow, sad. I think that's fake." yeah, there's some dum-dums. It's okay to be dumb. I don't know everything. I don't know if that's ivory. I don't want it to be ivory. This is the thing. It probably... I used to have ivory in my lifetime, or seen it in person, like at not thrift stores, antique stores and stuff, like not jewelry. But that's been a mini moon ago, long before the ban. And again, I said this on another video. It's like I didn't put the two together. Like, oh, you can't. Oh my God, elephants are dying for this? Oh no, no. Not today, Satan. I mean, I've also said this. If you want an amazing book to listen to, if you listen to audiobooks, which if you're under 60, you probably don't. The Elephant Whisperer. What a beautiful true story. Just everything. So good. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why I didn't make the connection, because I used to think ivory was cool. Like, I'd see it on eBay, or just the carving, the cool figurines, and they used to have these. I say used to, I haven't checked. I'm gathering they're not allowed to sell it anymore. What they call them, opium, maybe opium something. They were just cool, little Buddhas, and just very cool shit. But yeah, I don't know if there's are there people like on the dark web that collect it now, and they're just keeping it a secret, or because here's the thing. It's horrifying, and I love elephants, and I hate that they're in zoos, and I hate that they're in circuses, and I hate all of it. But is it weird that I partially think, okay, the elephants long dead that produced whatever this is. Now currently if they were doing ivory current, but if you, and I guess that's a legal thing too, if the ivory's over 50 years old, something like that, then you're fine to buy it and sell it. So, do you know what I mean? Unless the karmic part of you would be like, oh, that's just, I mean, I'm not saying wear it. I'm just saying, yeah, I think it just answered my question. I went around in a circle, because yeah, it's a certain age when the poaching became illegal or what have you. So you can still own it and buy it. But, and however, yeah, I guess that would be it. Like, you just look at it and go, oh, an elephant lost its life for this thing right here. That sounds sexy. And I guess that's all. I used to have, in the 70s, early 70s, like 74, say, 73, 75, in between there. My brother was a leather worker, and we used to work the swap meets, and he made beautiful stuff. And I still see his purses come up every now and again on eBay. Tooled leather. So I know the difference. And not the Mexican tool. It's tooled and painted. He made belts and I think cigarette pouches back then. Just all kinds of stuff with leather. Mainly purses. Hair ties. And he used elephant, not always, but I owned an elephant hide purse. Yes, I did. Didn't think twice. It's just weird. It's just a whole weird thing. I remember what it looked like. Mine was like a off-white, not off-white, like a sort of brownish color, and it was all just like, I guess like you'd think an elephant hide would look. But it wasn't gray. Maybe it was dyed. I don't know. But I've always had a thing like possums are ugly, and everybody hates them. And I mean, I'm not a friend of the possum, but why is it okay, like, to be like, oh, if you can, I mean, I guess people kill them, whatever, but they don't care. Like, you run over a possum, and it's like, oh, good. Not me. But if you see another domesticated animal, or even a cute little skunk, it's like based kind of on the world, right? Am I getting too deep and philosophical? Okay, so I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian. I eat meat. I eat pigs and I eat cows. And so, I don't wear pigs. Although people have pig skin, right? I have shark skin. It's not pig skin. So what's the difference? If you know the cow and you put it in your body and eat it, if the cow had cool horns, I guess because then you're using it to eat, and so that's sustaining. And with an elephant, you might use the hide to make clothes, but nobody eats elephant meat. I guess if you ate if elephant meat was a thing, then it would be okay to kill them and use all their parts, basically. Yeah, that was too deep. My son published his own book. It's on Amazon, $22.99. Now I just thought of him because I would have a deep existentialist conversation with him like that, because he's a deep thinker and he would have much to say, although I always have to tell him that, bro, everything you know, you're 18, every frickin' thing you espouse and your philosophies and all that, you read in a book, bitch. You read it in a book, you ain't lived it. So talk to me in 20 years when you've lived something, when you've done anything. I mean, not in a bad way, but you know what I mean? Like kids that have done nothing but live with their parents, and then they know, and I know teenager are a pain in the ass. I'm just saying book-wise, like they're very book smart and they're very knowledgeable and they can have a very good, back and forth debate, dialogue with you and think that they know everything, and then it's like, live it, bro. Just live it. And then come back and talk to me. I'm just going to keep doing this through the whole video. It's pretty gorgeous. Even the back is pretty. The last one I sold, haven't sold any. But the last one I saw that sold, that looked the most like this whole, and this, sold for $2,500. Well, that doesn't mean this one will. But I have no idea what to price it, so I'm going to start that high and say OBO, and then see what happens. See if I get any takers at all. See if I get anybody say, "Oh, I'll pay you, $1,300," and then I would counter it with $1,500. I mean, you know what I mean? I can give it away, and I'm also not trying to get rich on it. I'm just trying to, after fees, take 13% off of whatever I get. And this also will help. Now that the pearl necklace is 14 karat gold, it's nothing to sneeze at. And I will put, where's the pearl? There she is. I will put the Judy Lee pretty high. And by high, I mean 75 OBO for the set. Because it's Aurora Borealis. It's very cool. Judy Lee. No, that's just the way it looks. I was freaking out because it's like, oh no, it's just a thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's cool. I like it. I wasn't trying to make my money back or keep it. And here's the thing. Here's probably the reason why I wouldn't keep it. It's because I won't wear the earrings, and I hate to break up a set. Any kind of set. Even if it's just a demi-puri or whatever it's called. And it's a little too big. I've never seen it. That's weird. I'm not used to seeing a vintage bracelet that big. I can slide this right off my hand, which means it's like a 7.5. An 8 will just go right off. 7.5 will just lay, I can wear it, but it's so uncomfortable that it's always coming down on me. So yeah, I would not feel good about displacing them or whatever you want to call it. I think it goes that way. It's just pretty. And as we know, AB sells pretty well in the Judy Lee collector. I mean, it's not Miriam Haskell. I just put an offer. I have Miriam Haskell necklace that hasn't sold. I've had it forever. It's white glass bead, milk glass bead. They're so cool. I have them cheap. I'm like 40 or best offer. That's pretty cheap for Miriam Haskell. And then I have had the Miriam Haskell other earrings that I got not that long, about 9 months ago. And I sold them pretty cheap. I put up what I call the tiki torch, whatever they are. That's not what I call them. Whatever, chandelier. The ones you saw. I put those up for 400 OBO because her couldn't find a similar comp because you won't, because those are like almost one of a kind at this point in time. But another pair sold for $800, and many more sold between $200 and $400. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna ask at least $400. The $800 ones were bigger, like round disc kind of things. Still, costume. Just marry 'em. So a Miriam collector will pay up for them. This is so pretty. I can't stop looking at it. And I'm not usually a fan of Sleeping Beauty, but the reason I like this Sleeping Beauty is all the black you see would have been white, because the host rock for Sleeping Beauty is white. It's not black. So they put shoe polish in it to make it look whatever, contrasty. So I like a little contrast in my turquoise. I don't like a completely virgin Sleeping Beauty. I guess because I grew up with it, and so much of it they used in the lesser expensive jewelry, if that makes sense. Because I guess the mine was, in the 70s. It was like, free for all. Tons of Sleeping Beauty everywhere. But still in all, I like veins. I like webbing. I like the host rock to show. I like all that. It's just my thing. It's just a thing I like. I just thought of something else when I was saying. Shoot. Turquoise. 70s. Webbing. Sleeping Beauty. Oh. Google the mine if you haven't seen it. The mountain. Probably said this before too. I'm a bob. Just a big old bob. My videos are just one long bob. My life is a bob. COVID is a bob. I think it looks like that. It looks like a head. It looks like a Sleeping Beauty. It's in Arizona. You don't have to put Arizona. You just Google Sleeping Beauty Mine or Sleeping Beauty Mountain, Arizona, whatever, mine. Something like that. Have I showed you? Oh, my legs are hairy. She's one of my favorites. I love her. She's somebody, trucker. She's somebody from a movie or comic book or something. Yeah, I got like the Asian persuasion. Although that isn't the original drawing. Oh, I didn't draw it. That wasn't the original design that I gave to him. He wasn't my guy that did all these. He was a different guy, and he was young and he was good, but he was lazy. The drawing the image I gave him was so detailed. And then he just sort of blobbed it out because it's massive. It's a massive tattoo. He didn't want to do, whatever. Hi, is he so beady? Yes, he is. So boo. I hate to see her go. Anyways, yeah. That's why I bid on her when I saw the listing. I don't know if it had 20 minutes, half hour, somewhere around there left, and it was only at 111 or something. And I was like, dang, I might be able to get this for a decent price, because usually they go, I'm going to say like 5 or 6 just for the squash, no other jewelry, and usually not quite as nice as this with the Sleeping Beauty and the double rows of benchwork beads. Because I see them all the time on the Goodwill auctions, but they're always listed as hello squash blossom. That wasn't in the title. It didn't say like costume squash blossom. No, costume. Necklace. No mention of silver. No mention of turquoise. No mention of Native American. No mention of Southwestern. No mention of any of that. This is just like, oh, here's a big old costume. I mean, how could they not? Hello? It's marked. It's marked and signed. It's even marked sterling. Maybe if it just had the maker's sign, you wouldn't know, but... Then the other lot that I got that's coming, it's taken forever, with the big old Navajo opal. And then the not Navajo big turquoise sterling. They mark that as fantasy jewelry. I don't know if they put costume. They just put fantasy jewelry, and they didn't put 925 or sterling. I figured with these people. So I got that one for 111, which was a steal. It came with other things, but those are just the two like show pieces. Love the opal. Not sure if it's double or triplet, or solid. It looks like a doublet or a triplet. It doesn't look at all like a synthetic, which isn't. Synthetic opal is not cheap. It's like cultured pearls. I mean, it's not. Synthetic isn't like fake opal. They spend a long time in the lab and they do this whole growing of the thingy, and they invented that, I think, in the not until late 1970s, I believe. The synthetic opal. There's a guy, forget his name, he invented it. But a synthetic opal will always be very colorful, fiery, kind of even, but very fiery, because what's the point of spending all that time in a lab and then charging kind of a lot for it to make it like, it's kind of uneven, a little dull. These looked uneven and a little dull, and the white opal was just milky looking. The other ones are black opals, but it's two smaller ones. Wish it was the opposite. Wish the two smaller ones were white and the big one was black. And if I could see right in the picture, I feel like I could see the coating on the top of a doublet or a triplet, which I won't be able to know. I might be able to tell if it's a doublet or a triplet. You can tell if it's loose because you see the layers, but when it's mounted, it's kind of hard to know other than from the top. But yeah, I put that in the group, one of the groups. One of the people that don't, one of the groups where people don't really know anything. And they're like, oh yeah, synthetic opal. I'm like, oh yeah, no. Fuck. Seriously. Right? I can't. I'm hungry. I probably need, I know I'm a snob, right? I'm a bit of a snob. Just some things irritate. I just don't like when people say things with authority when they have no clue and they're wrong, dead wrong. That's annoying to me. Man, could it be? Is it? But not, it is. Looks like. Because clearly you don't know synthetic opal if you think those opals look like synthetic opal. And honestly, in some cases you'd rather it be synthetic opal than a doublet or a triplet. Solid is best. I think the bottom one could be solid because it's unless it's more fire in person, but the shot they took of it, it's like, no fire coming off that thing. That white opal. Nuns. Okay, well, I need to eat. Might be back for some other things. I don't know. Got a bunch of jewelry if I should. I'll list this. It scares me. It scares me to list it. It'll be nice and easy to take pictures of. Ish. I just said that. It won't be. Okay, I'm gonna go because I need to eat. Peace out.